is Sizwe Kitchen. My name is Agnes, and today I am here to teach you one of my favorite dishes. You can eat it with so many accompaniments, but today I'm going to eat it with gari. Gari is cassava flakes, and it's our favorite food back home in Ghana. And I'm trying to improvise if I don't have the time to make banku or fufu. So I'm going to make okra stew or okra soup and gari fufu. What I need is I need okra that is already cut. So that is my okra. I've cut the okra. I need garden eggs. Here I can't find a lot of garden eggs, so I use zucchini or eggplant, anything that will make me feel like I'm home. I need a lot of mushrooms. I love all kinds of mushrooms. I find this one to be one of the easy, accessible mushrooms in the stores. And I need a lot of fish. Those of us who know where I come from, in Ghana we are surrounded by a lot of fresh water and the sea, and I eat fish more than meat. So I have all kinds of fish. I have fresh fish that I have seasoned, and I'll tell you what I used it to season. And I have stock. Normally when I cook my beef or my chicken, I save the stock. These are not the packaged stock. These are stock of meat that I have saved in my freezer, and I use it. Very good. And this is the secret. This is salt fish. In my country, we have all kinds of salt fish. Some of them call it, some of them are momone and all those things. So I have Kobe here today to bring the taste in there. Okay, so all that you need to do is to clean and cut your mushrooms. There are some of people who just put mushrooms like this, they wash it, and now they say the mushroom doesn't taste nice. So this is how you clean your mushrooms. If you are a startup cook and you are trying to find out why is my mushroom not tasting well, if you don't clean the outer covering of your mushroom, it tastes like paper when you are eating it. So take notes. The mushrooms that you buy in the stores, once you buy them, please take your time and clean it. And then if you cannot clean the stalk, just cut it off. So all my mushrooms have been cut. One more trial how you clean your mushrooms. So the mushroom has a film around it, and if you don't clean that film when you cook the mushroom, it doesn't take in the juice of your soup. So try and clean the outer skin of your mushroom. And I think I've already told you I'm not good with chopping board. I like doing stuff with my fingers. The chopping board is here if you can see, but I still feel like I want to clean it. So clean your mushrooms and then cut your okra. All of you know how to cut okra, so I'm just going to show you how to cut your okra. I think I need a bigger knife. So the okra, I had the chopping board, but this is how I do it. I'm not good at it. So I have my okra, I clean the top, and I split it into 4. You can split it into more depending on how you want to cut it, but yeah, you cut your okra, and this knife is so good. So you can cut your okra. What I just find out these days is that people just clean the okra and put them in their blender and run it one time, and then all the okra will be blended. What I don't like about that part is it makes the okra too slimy, and I'm not able to cut through the okra when I'm done with my soup. So I like cutting my okra. So now I'm all ready. Oh, what I didn't tell you is my favorite palm oil. I like all kinds of oil, but I like the palm oil the most. I grew up with that in our community. We used more of the palm oil. If you are here in Canada, you can find all of this oil in most of the African stores. I've turned it because I don't want to advertise for it, but when you go to the African stores, you can ask for palm oil and you are good. Okay, so now let's start my quick okra soup. So I need my oil in my pot. Okay, so I will add my palm oil in the pot. Back home, we don't measure our oil. We just add it. But here, they say you should reduce the amount of oil because of the wet weather. So yeah, I will just be generous. I'll add my palm oil and still increase the heat. Okay. Let me get my place. Clean as you go. That's what my grandmother says. Clean as you go, so that by the time you finish and you are tired, your kitchen will still be nice. So let me clean. I've just shown you how to cut your okra, how to clean your mushroom so that you don't say the mushroom doesn't taste well. If you allow the film on the mushroom to stay and you just wash it and put it in your soup, you won't get the best taste out of your mushrooms. Okay. What I'm going to add right now to my hot oil is the salt fish, Kobe, or momone if you have it. I am a fan of Kobe. So this is salt fish, salt tilapia, and it is very popular in Ghana. And we add it to all our food. Okay, this is my oil. Okay, let's go up, 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 up. Yes, it's coming good. Okay, so I will put, so if you add the salt fish to the oil from the beginning, you are trying to get the flavor and everything into your oil. And when you are eating it, you will not miss the taste. I have here blended ginger, chili, and garlic. So if you can see, it's here. Ginger, chili, pepper, spicy, and my garlic. I've blended the three of it here. And I use some of that to season my mackerel. So I have mackerel, which is fresh, raw fish, and I have seasoned it good. So this is when you come home and you feel like, oh, I don't have the time to go through all the nitty-gritties of making a long marathon soup. And you know our soup and our African soup, it takes a lot of time. Once you got your oil, you get your everything together, promise you about 25 minutes, your okra soup is ready. And Fatima likes it so much. My friend Fatima, she's like, yeah, how do you do it? Yes, if you didn't know the secret today, the Pandora box is open. Try it. So I have my salt fish already steaming and sinking into the oil. I have my stock like I told you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my steamed fish. This is mackerel. Mackerel. I like using mackerel because, you know, it doesn't break into pieces when you are cooking. You can use all kinds of fish, but I like cooking with mackerel. At least by the time I finish cooking, there is still something left in the soup for me to chew. That's very important to me. And those of you watching me who are not from my culture, you are like, why is she cooking the fish with the skin, with the bone, and with the head? Yes, I eat a whole fish. I don't eat fish that has been deboned, deheaded, the skin. No, I eat everything. So I can get all the flavors in it. So this fish, the mackerel, I season it with ginger, garlic, and chili pepper. And yeah. So I will add the leftover of the seasoning to it. I didn't add tomatoes in this soup. I don't like adding tomato because sometimes when you have too much tomato in your okra stew, it reduces the sliminess of the soup. So my fire, oh okay, come up, yeah. Oh, my fish was in the fridge, so it has reduced the temperature a little bit. But yeah, you allow it in your pot to steam. The oil is a lot. I like it to look like that. I just like the aesthetic look of the soup. I know you people talk about, oh, too much oil is not good for you. Yeah, that's only when I go to Canada. But back home, I eat as much oil as I want, especially when it is palm oil. So yeah, even if I'm not going to eat the oil, I like the way it looks, and that is how I want it to be. So now I deskin my mushroom. I can choose to drop them in whole, or I divide them half, depending on how many members you have in your family. If you are single, enjoy it whole, and you can use all kinds of mushroom. There's one mushroom that I like. I buy, those of you who are here in Edmonton and other parts of North America, I buy them from the Chinese store. It's called oyster chicken mushroom. It looks just like the mushroom we have back home. I have the stock and I have the umbrella, whichever way you call this side. I like that part of the mushroom, so I normally buy that. So my other fish, this one is already fried fish, so I don't have to bother about it. So I'm just waiting for the fresh one, the one that was dropping fresh, to get a little bit of the juicy, spicy into it, and then I will start adding my mushroom, my zucchini, and my cut onion. I'm not going to use all of that. Don't worry about that. Okay, so what I realized is that, like I told you, I'm not adding tomatoes. If you want to add tomatoes, I don't add tomatoes. I want it spicy and hot. And then I also want my okra to be slimy. Yeah, so I avoid tomatoes. So let's follow my grandmother's words, clean as you go. So these ones are done. I'll move them out of here. The ones that need to be put in are here. This one I've already blended this. I was just showing it to you. This is salt to taste. So I'll put the salt in it after I taste it. So I'm going to drop in my mushroom and my zucchini. Zucchini, but back home we don't use zucchini. We use garden eggs or the purple aubergine. If you have them here, we find this one abundant during the summer. So I use a lot of that. Okay. And I told you I save some of my stock. It could be chicken or beef. When I steam my chicken or beef, I save some of them in the freezer and I use them just for the flavor. I don't use much. So this is my chicken stock. I'm just adding a little bit of it. And oh my, if you are here, just start putting pot on fire and start doing it. Because if I start eating this, you'll be crying. Trust me, it looks so good and it's gonna taste so good. So I like more of the pepper. So I'm adding more of it to it. Maybe all. It's gonna be spicy. Somebody's gonna cry. I think Patricia is gonna do that because in her country she doesn't eat a lot of pepper. Yeah, so now everything is in, and I will allow it to steam and cook because the okra doesn't have to be in it. You know when I came here, something happened. I didn't know the okra here are more softer than the one that we have back home in Ghana and in most Africa. So every time I do my okra stew, it doesn't draw. It was like, so when I went back home 2011, I went to my village and I'm asking, how come my okra stew doesn't look like this one? And then my aunt was saying that, oh, how long do you keep the okra in the stew? You know, back there, your okra is softer. And I'm like, give me the trick. So now I learned the trick, and I just, once the stock is good and I add salt and I know it tastes, you know, if you are watching, you have realized I haven't added any salt because the salt fish have enough salt in it and I don't want to destroy the taste. So I only season my fresh fish, which is the mackerel. And I told you why I like mackerel, because it doesn't get lost in my stew. There are some fish, I don't want to destroy somebody's market. There are some fish, by the time you finish cooking it, you can't even see the fish in it, and your husband may be mad at you. Where is the fish? Where is the fish? But mackerel doesn't do that. So I like using mackerel to do this. And your zucchini and your mushroom, it doesn't need to cook. Like, yeah, it has to be a little bit crunchy. But you know, because you know zucchini, some people even eat it raw. They can just saute it and they eat it. So don't worry about it. So now, like how my grandmother does it, I told you I didn't put salt, but this thing tastes like I actually added salt. And that's why I always say, let it steam. This tastes like heaven. It's so good. And this, like I say, it doesn't take a lot of time for you. If you come back from work and you feel like, oh, I want something traditional, but it's gonna take long. This doesn't take long. So I told you I like all kinds of fish. This is fish Grandma Janet gave to me. And if Grandma Janet, if you are watching me, this is where your fish ended up today. So this is fried fish, and I'm spoiling myself today, so I'll just add one. Yeah, so that Grandma will not be mad at me. And this fish also can stay. It will not get lost like those fish that you buy. Buy good fish, buddy, and enjoy yourself. You can bring home here. When I came here, I didn't even know I can make okra stew. I was missing home so much until I decided to look and find something that I can improvise with. And now, I can make home happen here, right here in Edmonton. Trust me. Okay, so now, let's get to the last thing. Oh no, the last thing, I want cutting my onions in big chunks. And at the same time, I don't know how to use chopping board. Forgive me. If you were born during the time of chopping board, please go ahead and use it. I wasn't born at that time. This is how my grandmother used to do it. My finger, the knife, it cuts me, I cry, she doesn't even have bandage. She would just clean it. And say, yeah, that is the trophy. My grandmother used to say something, she's so funny. She said, that's the trophy you get when you are in the kitchen. Getting cut by the knife. Now you guys have different colors of chopping board. Good luck with it. Thank you. It's smelling so good if you are here. My goodness. So that is the base of my okra soup or okra stew. There are 3 different tribes in Ghana who specializes in okra, and I'm not challenging you guys. I'm just doing my own thing here in Edmonton. So don't worry if mine doesn't look like you. One of the things that I missed today is my shrimps. I like putting shrimps. You know, I don't like adding this Maggi cube. I don't know how you call it. Like all these additives that make food and soup taste better. So every time I am cooking, so long as it is soup, I add crayfish or raw shrimps to bring it that. But today I was rushing, so I didn't add shrimp. So I am substituting it with a lot of onion. Onion also gives your soup or your stew a good taste if you don't want to use Maggi cubes or all those other things. Okay, so now this is my okra. I have cut it so nicely. Let me add the one that I demonstrated to it. And for my okra to draw, I have to add, back home, our parents used to add saltpeter. Kaun. Those of you who come from Ghana, they call it kaun. But here, I don't know if I find kaun, but I realized that a lot of people use baking soda. So I add a little bit of baking soda to just half teaspoonful to the okra. And I mix it. The reason why is once I put the okra in the stew, I don't want it to stay in it for long, so I can still have my stuff to be crunchy. And I'll add a little bit of water, or maybe I have the stock. Okay, just add the stock. Don't restrict yourself to textbook food or textbook cooking, okay? I don't do that, so don't worry about me. I've added water and I've added the leftover of the stock, but it is still going to take good. Trust me. If you can smell it, even the cameraman is smiling. I think he's hungry already. Okay, so I add enough water, and I have added baking soda, a little bit of baking soda, just a hint of it, half teaspoonful, to my cut okra, and I just drop it in. I know somebody's like, what are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Yes, I'm doing it to you. Just get to the kitchen and try your hands. You can also do it. Guys, what do you think? So now I'm not going to run to my auntie and cry, why is my okra not drawing? It will draw. Okay, give me heat. So you just, because of the baking soda, it will make the okra cook faster. And don't worry so much about especially if you are not going to eat all of it. If you are not going to eat all of it, don't let it sit on that fire and then cook, and then you come and cry to me that the okra is not drawing. It's gonna draw. It has started. Ooh. Okay, just wait. But yeah, it looks good. Everything is in it. I have my chili. I have my chicken stock or my beef stock, not the one we sell in stores. Please make your own stock. Stop being lazy. I don't want to spoil anybody's business. But yeah, make your own stock. And then when you are making something like this, guys, look. What did I tell you? Yeah, please.
Oh, this looks so
look
good.
at him. He's already drooling.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
This looks
Yes.
so good.
See? So if you have a big family, you can make it a lot. And then take it off the fire as soon as you can bite through the okra and you think it is good. Don't let it sit there because you are going to be disappointed if you let it sit to boil and boil and boil. The drawness is gonna go away, yes. So and I wish I have
I'm learning new ways of making okra.
Okra. Oh.
Yeah.
See?
Wow, look
Okay,
at that.
so now, and one trick, please don't cover your okra stew. If you cover it, you're going to be disappointed. The okra, the drawness will go and your soup will become so watery you wouldn't even want to look at it. Then by the time you finish your banku or your kenke, this thing is not looking good. Okay, now let's do my grandmother's thing. And this time I'm going to taste it with the okra in it so that if I can bite into it, it doesn't matter if...
Can I taste?
You see, my daughter said, mothers don't feel heat. Guys, I think you need to run here. Yes.
I'm learning new ways of cooking.
And
wow.
the zucchini is still crunchy in it. Your mushroom is showing. My fish is still in it. It's not like those fish that you buy and then by the time you finish, you can't find the fish. And your kids are like, Mom, where's the fish in it? Here, it's here. Everything is perfect. Everything.
Wow.
It's all done. And now we have to make the accompaniment. It can be your banku, but today I'm making gari. Gari is, you remember when you said you wanted gari?
What is gari?
Gari, the thing that I gave to you and you said that you eat, this is the cassava flakes. So I'm going to make the cassava flakes fufu or gari, those of you who know gari. And oh my God.
It's like our sada.
Yes, oh my God. So that is done. Gari bloats when you add it to water. So you just have to be careful how much you are adding. Okay, let me see. Oh, I think I need more. Thank you, Nana. It smells like, oh my God. Yeah, I am the one saying it's thickened, so be careful now. I think it's too much, but it's okay. And it's just like 3 minutes, your gari fufu is ready with your slimy and the okra stew or okra soup. Like I told you, don't cover it. Don't cover it because if you cover it, you are going to lose the sliminess. And then it depends on which country you are watching us from. In Ghana, we can just pour the hot water on the gari. We don't even need to prepare it like this, and we eat it. In some countries like Ivory Coast and Nigeria, they actually need it in hot water like this. So, to tell you the truth, my gari fufu is ready. My gari fufu is ready, and come to my kitchen. I'm going to serve it nicely so you get jealous with my okra soup. Thank you. My name is Agnes, and this is Sizwe Kitchen. We'll see you soon. Hello, guys. Our
Yummy
okra soup is ready, and the gari fufu. Ready?
Yeah,
Okay. That's
I can smell it.
and I told you.
Can
Don't
see.
worry.
Okay, let me wash my hands. Eh?
Yes. This one you don't need cutlery. Trust me. You just enjoy your fingers.
Anyway, I already have my cutlery. It's here.
Okay. And if you don't know how to eat it, I think we're going to surprise people.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's
So slimy.
I told you, don't cover it. Okay. And you still have your fish intact. I love it. I love it.
Wow. What a nice soup.
See your mushroom, your zucchini.
I thought you didn't give me mushroom.
Sorry.
She refused to give me mushroom.
Your mushroom.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yum.
Thank you.
Wow.
Enjoy it. This is Sizwe Kitchen. Subscribe to our channel for more recipes like this. Thank you.